So this is a quick update. I've done 10 weekly videos now. This week I'm not actually going to be doing any art, but I am going to talk about them, and hopefully that's an excuse that will fly in terms of telling myself that I've still done a video a week about something arty. The best takeaway I have from the last 10 weeks is that Thomas Edison quote, which is, "I have not failed in inventing the light bulb. I have found 10,000 ways that don't work." I think I've found 10. But I've loved doing them, and that's the whole point. So just quickly have a look at what I did. Let's start on week 1. So I'm going to do woodcuts, I'm going to do lino. I said I'm going to do woodcuts and lino, I haven't done those yet. Sculpture, I haven't done that either. And even for making this first video, you know, I learned so much. You could spend another week on it and it would only make it 10% better. Where do you cut it off and just go on with a new video? So that's kind of the point in doing these. I do wonder after this, what if I kept this very private, and instead of spending the time in putting this video together, I'd actually painted them up really neatly. I think that would have been much more about the art, less about the video. Potentially then I might have sold them, and you know, then it would make this whole thing more sustainable. So I've got to think like that. You know, everyone talks about the romantic idea, do it because you love it. But you know, I have got limited time to do these videos and I love it, but I would ultimately like to make an income from it. That's the plan. Video 2, I went all in and did a proper kind of vlog style format. So a while ago I started doing continuous line drawings in figurative work, and then for fun I started seeing if I could do them without the line ever crossing over itself. Basically like a game. So this is much more you know, episodic. Could I do this every week, go and do a new art adventure? And I get great fun doing it, but I did feel like Neil from Art Attack presenting to people. I do like these single line drawings actually. You know, I do video work, sometimes you get these lulls, and I was actually working at the pub when I made this video. And money was really tight. People talk about, you know, these artists people love because they stick to what they love. It always bugs me a little bit. You know, Van Gogh was fully supported by his brother. Cézanne came from an incredibly wealthy family. You know, I used to have quite romantic ideas about artists, you know, just doing what they love and not giving a shit. But, you know, if you want to make your bread in what you're doing, it's a balance. And this was too much that way, I think. People love these single line drawings as like wedding presents and other things, and it's a nice, you know, it helped me relieve the pressure for a few weeks. It's so funny looking at a table. I saw these lovely tables and I thought I'd get a nice table, and it's so badly treated and sanded back that it just looks so fake. I thought I'd have a nice oak table. And at this point I started noticing that, you know, my subscriber base doesn't really exist. You know, they followed the videos back in, you know, 5-6 years ago. I haven't released anything since, so I think that was a midweek one. I don't know if that actually counts. Cube, the little the short film. Yeah, I did it in a day and a half. I was really happy with it. I had to film myself and I didn't have very long, so I've put it all on autofocus, face tracking, and actually when I came back and checked the footage, it was seeking for my face the whole time. That I couldn't use many of the scenes that I wanted to, so I had to kind of construct a whole new narrative, and it ended up getting quite surreal. But actually, I think it's better than the narrative of the thing I wanted to do. What was next? Mistakes. I sat down and I just thought, can I make a video in a whole picture in the evening? I look exhausted here, and I have no plan for what to do. And I messed it up. I messed up this this painting, and it's almost comedy. You know, it's nice to show that there's those mistakes, I guess. But here it looks like it might be going somewhere interesting, and then I overwork it. But that's how it is. You put a lot of time and effort into this, and no one's going to buy this picture. You kind of go, why am I doing this? You know, I'm doing the videos a week to try and find that link between the video and art, and something that I'm comfortable with. I don't know. I didn't know. I still don't know. So then the next week it was just super quick, super quiet, some nice music, and did this time lapse of me painting these little blue shoes. But I definitely got drawn into, you know, which videos were getting likes, which videos were being watched more, how people were finding the videos. Yeah, I was surprised how distracting that made me, because you know, you can almost go along the YouTuber Mr. Beast thing of, you know, just what's successful. And when you haven't got a lot of money and you would like to make money from your art, it is a pull. But it's, you know, everyone knows it's a trap. You know, it's the same with likes on Instagram. But it's interesting how much it drags you along. You know. And that's why I did the video for the next week, which was actually the one video that I'm really happy with from the whole thing, which was Edward Hopper has boring shoes. I mean, no one clicked it still. This was a video essay, never done a video essay before, and I had these little study paintings that I was doing. I loved it. I had so much fun making this video, and I learned a lot about Edward Hopper, and I've had a bit of a journey looking at his works, and this is the direction I thought I wanted to go. It is a nice nod to Edward Hopper, but it's a full uphill battle to kind of get people to understand art in the way that you might understand it. And why would you want to do that? I didn't have a long time in the week to make these videos, and I could either focus on why these things are great and who's done it really well, or I could focus on what I want to say. Anyway, boring shoes, loved it. And I did this Restless Man time-lapse thing, kind of get a bit more commercial. Can I put these videos out where I do these pictures and I sell them for like 20 quid each and do 50 of them and see if there's people that are willing to support, with their wallets, and instead of doing like a Patreon thing. I liked it, but it didn't do very well. I think I've got them here. I think I've sold like 6. I mean, that's fine. I'll pop a few up, they're quite nice. But it's that thing of trying to find a way to monetize and do this more full time. So I've got 3 minutes. And then I got the Oxford May Day, which is just really good fun looking at everyone's phones. This guy with the double phones. And that's completely different. And then I think I got my comment, this is pretty neat, can't wait for more drawing. And it's like, okay, look, so far this first 10 weeks has been really safe, but I think it's time now, time to get weird. And I follow lots of artists on Instagram. It's a fantastic platform to get things out there, but people do fall into that category of something that's kind of accessible, and I'm quite surprised that a lot of art these days in this kind of instant thing, there's not a lot that's very considered. And I'm not making anything that's particularly considered, but I want to. And I'm not sure if this platform of doing weekly videos is how you, on YouTube stuff, is how you do it. At this kind of instant success of chasing things weekly, I don't want to let myself fall into that trap, and I feel that I am. And we've just had the Venice Biennale, and people talk about these things at the Biennale that, grab people's attention. And there was one of them that was the, well, let's look for it. Biennale robot blood. Can't help myself. An industrial robot turns and flexes restlessly, programmed to ensure that a thick, deep red liquid stays within a predetermined area. And and it's great, and it's nice. And obviously you think about connotations of AI and humanity, and then blood is this incredibly visceral, powerful energy thing. And so it's kind of like, what's it doing? Is it controlling, helping, killing? Like it's, cleaning things up. And there's another one with a gate smashing into the wall and stuff, and you go, yeah, it's clever, it's to do with borders and boundaries, but it's just, it's too obvious. I like that kind of subtlety in art, and you look at it and you get it, and it's much like, I love Banksy, yet, once you've seen a picture of, 2 kids, hoisting a flag and it's a Tesco's bag, and you're like, oh, it's clever, and then you're kind of done. There's no other layer to it. And it's an instant thing, and it does what it's meant to do really well. If you had that picture at the end of your wall and you woke up to it, you wouldn't probably think differently about it in a year. I'm nowhere near skilled enough to be able to do that in my own work, but that's what my goal is. I'm going to keep it up, but there's this massive picture in the back that I started years ago. I've just put it back up here, and I really want to continue with that. But I'm not going to get that done in a week when I've got a full-time job. So I might document that, we'll see. I want to do some woodcuts, some screen prints, some sculpture. If you are one of the maybe 12 people who come back to check these videos, time to get strange. Let's see how it goes. So that's it. See you soon.